Behold, every soul belongs to me, both father and son are mine. The soul who sins is the one who will die. Now suppose a man is righteous and does what is just and right. He does not oppress another, but restores pledge to the debtor. He does not commit robbery, but gives his bread to the hungry, and covers the naked with clothing. He does not engage in usury, or take excess interest, but he withholds his hand from iniquity, and executes true justice between men. He follows my statutes faithfully, and keeps my ordinances. The man is righteous, surely he will live, declares the Lord God.
Truth, I know not why I am so sad. It wearies me. You say it wearies you, and such a want with sadness makes of me that I have much ado than know myself.
Your mind is tossing on the ocean.
Believe me, sir, had I such venture forth, the better part of my affection would be with my hopes abroad. I should still be plucking the grass to know where sits the wind, peering in maps for ports and piers and roads, and every object that might make me fear misfortune to my ventures, and out of doubt, make me sad.
My wind cooling my broth would blow me to a fever if I thought what harm a wind too great might do at sea. I know. Antonio is sad to think upon his merchandise.
Believe me, no. My merchandise makes me not sad.
Why? Then you're in love!
Bye,
That's
bye,
right.
bye.
Oh,
Cheer
not
up,
in love
Antonio.
either? Then let us say, you are sad because you are not merry. Oh, here comes my Lord Bassanio! Good morrow, my good lord.
Good senors, when shall we laugh?
We shall make our leisures to fit in with yours.
Tanya,
Senor.
well, tell me now, that which today you promised to tell me of.
Oh, well, 'tis not unknown to you, Antonio, how much I have disabled mine estate. But my chief care is to come squarely out of the great debts, wherein my youth, something too prodigal, has left me pledged. To you, Antonio, uh, I owe the most in money and in love. And from your love, I have a warranty to unburden all my plots and purposes, how to get clear all the debts I owe.
Pray, good Bassanio, let me know it. And if it stand, as you yourself still do, within the eye of honor, be assured my purse, my person, my extremest means lie all unlocked to your occasion.
Antonio, in Belmont is a lady richly left. Oh, and she is fair, and fairer than that word, and of wondrous virtue. See, sometimes from her eyes I did receive fair speechless messages. See, her name is Portia, no less a beauty than Cato's daughter Brutus Portia, nor is the wide world ignorant of her worth. For the four wind blow in from every coast renowned suitors. Oh, my Antonio, had I but the means to hold a rival place with one of them, I should questionless be fortunate.
Then knowest my fortunes are at sea. Neither have I money nor commodity to raise a present sum. Therefore go forth. Try what my credit can in Venice do. It shall be racked even to the uttermost to furnish you to Belmont and fair Portia.
swear to you, Nerissa, I am weary of this great world.
You would be, sweet madam, if your miseries were as plentiful as your good fortunes are, and yet from what I see, they are as sick that have it in excess as those that starve with nothing.
If knowing would as good as knowing what were good to do, chapels had been churches and princes' palaces, poor men's cottages. But this reasoning is not in the way to choose me a husband. Oh, the word choose. I may neither choose who I would nor refuse who I dislike. Now is the will of a living daughter ruled by a dead father. Is it not hard, Nerissa, that I cannot refuse one or choose none?
Your father was always virtuous, and holy men at the deaths have good inspirations. Therefore the lottery that he devised in these 3 chests of gold and silver and lead, so that who chooses his meaning chooses you, will no doubt only be guessed rightly by someone who shall right thee.
Right.
What warmth is there in your affection toward any of these princely suitors that are already come?
Pray, name them, and as you describe them, I will describe them according to my description, level at my affection.
How say you of the French lord, Monsieur Le Bon?
Oh, God! God made him, and therefore let him pass for a man. I know it is a sin to be a mocker, but he...
What say you of Falconbridge, the young Baron of England?
Oh, how oddly he suited.
And the Duke of Saxony's nephew?
Very vilely in the morning when he is sober, and most vilely in the afternoon when he is drunk. Resta!
Wait. If he should offer to choose, and choose the right casket, you should refuse to reform your father's will if you should refuse to accept it.
Therefore, for fear of the worst, I pray thee, set a deep glass of Rhenish wine on the contrary casket. I will do anything, Nerissa, ere I will be married to a sponge.
$3,000 ducats. Well,
Aye, sir, for 3 months.
for 3 months. Well,
As I told you, Antonio shall be bound.
Antonio shall be bound. Well,
May you help me? Will you pleasure me? Should I know your answer?
3,000 ducats for 3 months and Antonio bound.
Your answer to that?
Antonio is a good man.
Have you heard any imputation to the contrary?
No. My meaning in saying that he is a good man is to have you understand that he is of good credit, yet his means are in question. He hath a ship bound for Tripolis, another for the Indies. I understand, moreover, upon the Rialto he hath a 3rd ship at Mexico, a 4th for England, and other ventures he hath squandered abroad. But ships are but boards, sailors are but men, there be land rats and water rats, land thieves and water thieves, I mean pirates. And then there are the perils of waters, winds, and rocks. The man is, notwithstanding, of good credit. 3,000 ducats. I think I may take his bond.
Be assured you may.
May I speak with Antonio?
If it please you, dine with us.
Yes, to smell pork, to eat of the habitation which your prophet the Nazarite conjured the devil into. I will buy with you, sell with you, talk with you, walk with you, and so following, but I will not eat with you, nor drink with you, nor pray with you. Who is he comes here?
This is Signor Antonio! Antonio!
Like a fawning publican he looks.
Shylock, do you hear?
I am debating of my present store, and by the mere guess of my memory, I cannot instantly raise up the gross of full 3,000 ducats. But Tubal, a wealthy Hebrew of my tribe, will furnish me. Benjamin, go seek out Tubal. But soft, how many months? Rest you fair, good signor. Your worship was the last man in our mouths.
You possessed how much you would,
Aye, 3,000 ducats.
and for 3 months.
I forgot 3 months. You told me so, but soft. Me thought you said you neither lend nor borrow with interest. Well, 3,000 ducats is a good round sum. Launcelot, the rates? 3 months from 12. Let me see the rate.
Shylock, shall we be beholden to you?
Signor Antonio, many a time and oft in the Rialto you have reviled me about my monies and my usances. Still, I have borne it with a patient shrug, for sufferance is the badge of all our tribe. You call me misbeliever, cutthroat dog, and spit upon my Jewish gabardine, and offer use of that which is my own. Well, it now appears you need my help. You come to me and you say, Shylock, we would have money. You say so, you that did void your room upon my beard, and kick me as you spurn a stranger cur over your threshold. Money is your suit. What should I say to you? Should I not say, has a dog money? Is it possible a cur can lend 3,000 ducats? Or shall I bend low, and in a slavish voice, with bated breath and whispering humbleness, say this? Fair sir, you spat on me on Wednesday last. You spurred me such a day. Another time you called me dog. For these courtesies I lend you thus much monies.
I must like to call you so again, to spit on you again, to spurn you too. If you would lend this money, lend it not unto your friends. For what did friendship take a breed for barren metal from his friends? Lend it rather to your enemy, who, if you break, you may with better face exact the penalty.
Why, look how you storm. I would be friends with you and have your love. Forget the stains that you have shamed me with. Supply your present wants and take not a drop of interest for my monies, and you'll not hear me. This is kind I offer. This is kindness. No, this kindness I will show. Go with me to a notary, and seal me there your single bond, and in a merry sport, if you repay me not on such a day in such a place, such a summer sums as are expressed in the conditions, let the forfeit be nominated for an equal pound of your fair flesh to be cut off and taken in what part of your body chooseth me.
Content in faith. I'll seal to such a bond, and say there is much kindness in the Duke.
You shall not seal such a bond for me. I'd rather live in my necessity.
Oh, I fear not, man. I will not forfeit it. Within these 2 months, that's a month before this bond expires, I do expect return of 3 times the value of this bond.
Oh, Father Abraham, what these Christians are, whose own hard dealings teaches them suspect the thoughts of others. I pray you, tell me this. If he should break his day, what should I gain by the exaction of the forfeiture? A pound of a man's flesh taken from a man is not so estimable, profitable neither, as flesh of muttons, beefs, or goats. I say, to buy his favor, I extend this friendship. If he will take it, so. If not, adieu. And for my love, I pray you wrong me not.
Shylock, I will seal unto this bond.
Yalla, 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 yalla. Yalla, 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 yalla. Dislike me not for my complexion, the shadow livery of the burnished sun to whom I am neighbor and near bred. Yalla, 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 yalla. Bring me the fairest creature northward born, where the sunfire scarce thaws the icicles, and let us make incision for your love to prove whose blood is reddest, his or mine. I tell thee, lady, This aspect of mine hath healed the valiant. Yea, by my love I swear, even the most regarded virgins of our clime have loved it too, eh? I would not change this you, except to steal your thoughts, my gentle queen.
In terms of choice, I am not solely led by a nice direction of a maiden's eyes. Instead, the lottery of my destiny bought me the right of voluntary choosing. But if my father had not restrained me and hedged me by his wit to yield myself as him who wins me, by that means I told you yourself, renowned prince, that stood you as fair as any como I have looked on yet for my affection.
And because of that, I thank you. Therefore, I pray to you. Now, lead me to my casket so I can try fortune, eh?
I pray you, Lorenzo, these things being bought and orderly bestowed, return in haste. For I do feast tonight my best esteemed acquaintance. Let supper be ready by latest 9 o'clock. See that this letter is delivered. Put the livery to the making.
Certainly my conscience would forbid me to run from this Jew, my master.
I pray you, which way do the master choose?
Do you not know, brother?
Lord, how art thou changed? How dost thou and thy master agree? I brought him a present.
Amished and his saddest mother, I am glad you've come. Give your present to one Master Bassanio, who indeed gives fair new liveries.
Bassanio!
Graciano!
I have a suit to you.
Well, you've obtained it.
Oh, you must not deny me. I must go with you to Belmont.
Why, then you must. But, hear thee. You are too wild, too rude, too bold of voice, things that become you happily enough, and in such eyes as ours appear not false. But where you are not known, why, there they show something too liberal. Pray you take pain to dilute with some cold drops of modesty your skipping spirit, lest through your wild behavior I be misconstrued in the place I go and lose my hopes.
Oh, Signor Bassanio, hear me. If I do not put on a sober habit, talk with respect, and swear but now and then look demurely, nay more, while grace is saying, hood mine eyes thus, with my hat and sigh and say, Amen, and never trust me more.
Well, we shall see your bearing.
Yeah. Nay, but I bar tonight. You shall not gauge me by what we do tonight.
Here is my son, sir, a poor boy.
Not a poor boy, sir, but the rich Jewish man that would, sir, as my mother shall specify.
He has a great infection, sir, one would say, to serve.
Indeed, sir, the short and the long is, I serve the Jew and have a desire, as my mother shall specify. To be brief, the very truth is, my mother, being an old woman, shall fruitify on you.
I have here a dish of doves I would bestow upon your worship, and my suit is...
Very brief. The suit is impertinent to myself, as your worship shall know by this honest old woman, and though I say it, though old woman, yet poor woman, my mother.
One speak for both. What would you?
Serve you, sir.
That is the very defect of the matter, sir.
Well, you have obtained your suit, and if it be perfament to leave a rich Jew's service to become the follower of so poor a gentleman.
The old proverb is very well parted between my master Shylock and you, sir. You have the grace of God, sir, and he has enough.
You speak it well. Give him a livery more guarded than his fellows. See it done.
Lancelot, Lancelot. I'm sorry you will leave my father so. Our house is hell, and you a merry devil did rob it of some taste of tediousness. And Lancelot, soon at supper shall you see Lorenzo, who is thy new master's guest. Give him this letter. Do it secretly. And so farewell. I would not have my father see me talk with thee.
You, tears exhibit my tongue. Most beautiful pagan, most sweet Jew.
Oh, Lorenzo, if thou keep promise, I shall end this strife, becoming Christian and dear loving wife.
Jessica! Well, you will see. Your eyes will be the judge, the difference of old Shylock and Bassanio. You will not gormandize with him as you have done with me, nor sleep and snore and wear apparel out, not with him. Jessica, I say!
Wait, Jessica!
Who bids you call? I do not bid you call.
Your worship was used to say that I could do nothing without bidding.
Oh.
Call you? What's your will?
I'm bid forth to supper, Jessica. There are my keys. Wherefore should I go? I'm not bid for love. Oh, they flatter me. Yet I will go and feed upon the prodigal Christian. Jessica, my girl, look to my house. I am right loath to go. There is some ill brewing towards my rest, for I did dream of money bags tonight.
I beseech you, sir, go. My young master expects your approach.
And so do I his.
And they have conspired together. I will not say you shall see a mask, but if you do, it was not for nothing that my nose fell a-bleeding on Monday last at 6 o'clock in the morning.
What, are there masks? Hear you me, Jessica. Clamber not you up to the casements then, or thrust your head into the public street to gaze on Christian fools with varnished faces. Let not the sound of shallow foppery enter my sober house. Oh, my Jacob's staff! I swear I have no mind of feasting forth tonight. But I will go. Go you before, sirrah, say I will come.
I will go before, sir. Mistress, look out the window for all this. There will come a Christian boy who will be worth a Jewess's eye.
What says that fool of Hagar's offspring, huh?
His words were farewell, mistress. Nothing else.
The fool is kind enough, but a huge feeder. Snail slow in profit, and he sleeps by day more than a tomcat. Therefore I part with him. Well, Jessica, go in. Perhaps I will return immediately. Do as I bid you.
Farewell. And if my fortune be not crossed, I have a father, you a daughter, lost.
How do I know if I do choose the right?
The one of them contains my picture, Prince. If you choose that, then I am yours withal.
Some God direct me judgment. Let me see. Who chooseth me must give in hazard all he hath. Must give for what? For lead? Hazard for lead? This casket, my friends, threatens men who hazard all do it in hope for fair advantages. A golden mine stoops not to shows off draws, eh?
You have a golden mind.
I'll then nor give no hazard aught for lead, eh? What says the silver with her virgin youth? Who chooseth me shall gain as much as he deserves. Pause there, Morocco, and weigh thy value with an even hand, eh? I do in birth deserves her, and in fortunes, and in graces, and in qualities of breeding. What if I stray no further, but choose here, no? Who chooseth me will gain what many men desire. Ha! Why, that is the lady. All of the world desires her. From the four corners of the earth they come to kiss the shrine, this mortal breathing saint. Deliver me thy king. Here do I choose and thrive as I may. There, take it, prince. And if my form lie there, I am yours. Ha! Oh hell. All that glistens is not gold. Often have you heard and told, gilded tombs do worms enfold. Fare you well, but your suit is cold.
Wow! For all my fortune! Shylock, I give thanks to best esteemed acquaintances and to Antonio. Good health.
Elf.
I know the hand. In faith, it is a fair hand, and whiter than the paper it read on is a fair hand that writ.
Love news in faith?
Meet me tonight.
This is the penthouse under which Lorenzo decides to make stand. His hour is almost past.
And it is marvel. He outstays his hour, for lovers always run before the clock.
That ever holds. Who rises from a feast with a keen appetite that it sits down?
My friends, your patience for my delay. Ho! Who's within?
Who are you? Tell me for more certainty, albeit I swear that I do know your tongue.
Lorenzo and thy love.
Lorenzo, certain, and my love indeed, for who I love so much. And now who knows but you, Lorenzo, whether I am yours?
Heaven and thy thoughts are witness that thou art.
Here, catch this casket.
No!
It's worth the pains. I'm glad 'tis night. You do not look on me, for I am much ashamed of my disguise. But love is blind, and lovers cannot see the pretty follies that themselves commit. For if they could, Cupid himself would blush to see me thus transformed into a boy.
Descend, for you must be my torchbearer.
'Tis an office of discovery, love, and I should be obscured.
So are you sweet, even in the lovely garnish of a boy. But come at once, for the closed knife doth play the runaway.
I will gild myself the summer ducats and be with you straight.
Content me, but I love her heartily, for she is wise, if I can judge of her, and fair she is. If that mine eyes be true, and true she is, as she has proved herself, and therefore, like herself, wise, fair, and true, shall she be placed in my constant soul. No!
Oh
Oh, oh.
There.
Ah, oh, Signor Antonio.
5, Graciano. It's 10 o'clock. Our friends all wait for you. No mass tonight.
Ah,
Wind has come about. Bassanio soon will come aboard. I have sent 20 out to seek for you.
Jessica! Jessica! Jessica!
Antonio, I will make some speed of my return.
Hurry not business for my sake, but stay the very ripening of the time. And for the Jew's bond that he has of thee, let it not enter your mind of love.
Avanti! Avanti!
Be merry, and employ your chiefest thoughts to courtship. Such fair displays of love as may conveniently become you there.
Mira!
oh,
Oh!
oh, oh, oh.
No! 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 No, Jessica! Jessica! No! Jessica! No! No!
I've never heard a passion so confused, so strange, outrageous, and variable as a dog Jew did utter in the streets. My daughter, oh my ducats, oh my daughter.
The villain Jew with outcries raised the Duke, who went with him to search Bassanio's ship. He came too late, the ship was under sail. Let good Antonio look he keep his day, or he shall pay for this.
Mary will remember it. I reasoned with a Frenchman yesterday who told me in the narrow seas that part the French and English there miscarried a vessel of our country richly fraught. I thought upon Antonio when he told me and wished in silence that it were not his.
Madam, quick, quick, I pray you. The Prince of Aragon hath taken his oath and comes to his election presently.
Musica. Who chooses me must give and hazard all he has. You shall look fairer ere I give or hazard. What says the golden chest? Huh? Let me see. Chooses me shall gain what many men desire. I will not choose what many men desire, because I will not jump with common spirits and rank me with barbarous multitude. Chooses me shall get as much as he deserves. Well said, too. I will assume desert. Give me a key for this and instantly unlock my fortunes here.
Too long a pause for that which you find there.
What's here? The portrait of a blinking idiot presenting me a schedule? Did I deserve no more than a fool's head? Is that my prize? Are my deserts no better?
To offend and judge are distinct offices and of opposed natures.
With one fool's head I came to woo, but I go away with it.
Antonio's ship is wrecked.
Antonio's ship is wrecked.
Antonio's ship is wrecked.
Antonio's ship is wrecked!
Gone down with all hands.
All merchandise lost.
Antonio's ship is wrecked!
All
that over there?
merchandise lost.
Antonio's ship is wrecked! Antonio's ship is wrecked!
The
Gone down with all hands!
Antonio's ship is wrecked. Antonio's ship is wrecked. Antonio's ship is wrecked.
What news in the Rialto?
Why, it had lived there unchecked that Antonio had the ship of rich lading wrecked on the narrow seas. The good winds, I think, they call the place very dangerous, flat and fatal, where the carcasses of many a tall ship lie buried.
What say you?
I would it might prove the end of his losses.
How now, Shylock? What news amongst the merchants?
You knew of my daughter's flight. None so well as you.
And Shylock, for his own part, knew the bird was fledged, and then in the complexion of them, all to leave the dam.
She be damned for it!
Tell us, do you hear whether Antonio have had any loss at sea or no?
Let him look to his bond. He was wont to call me usurer. Let him look to his bond. He was wont to lend money for Christian courtesy. Let him look to his bond.
I'm sure if he forfeit you'll not take his flesh. What's that good for?
To bait fish withal. If it will feed nothing else, it will feed my revenge. Yet disgraced me, and hindered me 500,000, laughed at my losses, mocked at my gains, scorned my nation, thwarted my bargains, cooled my friends, hated mine enemies, and what's his reason? I am a Jew! Hath not a Jew eyes? Hath not a Jew hands? Organs, dimensions, senses, affections, passions? Fed with the same food, hurt with the same weapons, subject to the same diseases, healed by the same means, warmed and cold by the same winter and summer as a Christian is. If you prick us, do we not bleed? If you tickle us, do we not laugh? If you poison us, do we not die? And if you wrong us, shall we not revenge? If we are like you in the rest, we will resemble you in that. If a Jew wrong a Christian, what is his humility? Revenge. If a Christian wrong a Jew, what should his sufferance be? By Christian example. By revenge. The villainy you teach me I will execute, and it shall go hard, but I will better the instruction.
Antonio is at his house. We should speak with him.
How now, Trubul? What news from Genoa? Have you found my daughter?
I often came where I did hear of her, but cannot find her.
Why? There. A diamond gone. Cost me 2,000 ducats in Frankfurt. The curse never fell upon our nation till now. I never felt it till now. I would my daughter were dead at my foot and the jewel in her ear. No news of them. Loss upon loss. The thief gone with so much and so much to find the thief. And no satisfaction, no revenge, no luck stirring, but what lights on my shoulders, no sighs but of my breathing, no tears but of my shedding.
Yes, other men have ill luck too. Antonio, as I heard, in Genoa.
What? What ill luck?
There's a ship wrecked coming from Tripolis.
Oh, I thank God. I thank God. Oh, heard you in Genoa, what?
Your daughter, spent in Genoa, as I heard, one night, 4 ducats.
Oh, you stick a dagger in me. I shall never see my gold again. 4 ducats. Accident! 4 ducats.
There came a various of Antonio's creditors in my company to Venice, that swear he cannot choose but break.
I am very glad of it. I'll plague him. I'll torture him. I am glad of it.
One of them showed me a ring he had of your daughter for a monkey.
How dare! Oh, Tubo, you tortured me. It was my turquoise. I had it of Leia, her mother, when I was a bachelor. I would not have given it away for a wilderness of monkeys.
But Antonio is certainly undone.
That is true. Tubo, go find me an officer. Bespeak him a fortnight before I will have Antonio's heart if he forfeit. Go, Tubo. At our synagogue, good Tubo.
Madam, there's a light in that frigate, a young Venetian, who comes to signify the approaching of his lord. I have not seen so likely an ambassador of love. A day in April never came so sweet to show how costly summer is. Oh, forerunner comes before his lord.
No more, I pray you. I'm half afraid you will say anon he is some kin to you. You spin such high day wit in praising him. Come, Nerissa, for I do long to see quick Cupid's post that comes so mannerly.
Bassanio, Lord love, if your will it be.
Yet something tells me it is not love. I would not lose you. And yourself knows hate counsels not in such a quality. I would detain you here a month or two before you venture from me. I could teach you how to choose right, but then I'd break my oath. That will I never do. So may you miss me. And if you do, you make me wish that sin that I had broke my oath. Content me with your eyes, for they have overlooked and divided on me. One half of me is yours, the other half yours, mine own, I would say. But if mine, then yours, and so all yours.
Well, let me choose. For as I am, I live upon the rack.
Upon the rack, Bassanio. Then tell me what treason there is mingled with your love.
None but that ugly treason of mistrust, which then makes me fear the enjoying of my love.
Aye, but I do fear you speak upon the rack, when men and force do speak anything.
Promise me life, and I'll confess the truth.
Well then, confess and live.
Confess and love has been the very sum of my confession. But let me to my fortune and the caskets.
Away then. I am locked in one of them.
So may the outward shows believe themselves. The world is still deceived with ornament. In law, what plea so tainted and corrupt, but being seasoned with a gracious voice, does obscure the show of evil? In religion, what damned error but some sober brow did bless it and approve it with a text, hiding its grossness with fair ornament? But look on beauty, and see 'tis purchased by the weight. Therefore, thou gaudy gold, I will none of you, nor none of you, O pale and common drudge between man and man, but you, O meager lead, which rather threatens than doth promise art, your paleness moves me more than eloquence. Here choose I. Joy be the consequence.
Oh, love, be moderate. Allow your ecstasy. I feel too much, make it less, for fear I serve it.
What find I here? Fair Portia's counterfeit.
Oh, Signor Bassanio!
Welcome to Belmont.
My lady, my lady. Congratulations.
What demigoddess comes so near creation? I move these eyes, or whether riding on the balls of mine, seem they in motion, but her eyes, how could he see to do them? Look how far the substance of my praise does wrong this shadow in underpraising it. So far, this shadow doth limp behind the substance. Oh, here's the scroll, the continent and summary of my fortune. You that choose not by the view, chances fair and chooses true. Since this fortune falls on you, be content and seek no new. If you be well pleased with this, then hold your fortune for your bliss. Turn you where your lady is, and claim her with a loving kiss. A gentle scroll, fair lady. By your leave, I come by note to give. Well, and to receive.
Oh.
Wow, like one of two contending in a prize that thinks he has done well in people's eyes, hearing applause and universal shout giddy in spirit, still gazing in a doubt, as doubtful whether what I see be true, until confirmed, signed, and ratified by you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. So lovely.
Cheers, cheers.
Oh my God. You see me, Lord Bassanio, where I stand, such as I am. Though for myself alone, I would not be ambitious in my wish to wish myself much better. Yet for you, I would be troubled 20 times myself, 1,000 times more fair, 10,000 times more rich, that only to stand high in your account, I might in virtues, beauties, livings, friends, exceed amount. But the full sum of me is sum of something which, in terms and gross, is an unlessoned girl, unschooled, unpracticed. Happy in this she is not yet so old that she may learn. Happier than this she is not bred so dull that she may learn. Happiest of all is that her gentle spirit commits itself to yours, to be directed as by her governor, her lord, her king. This house, these servants, and this same myself are yours, my lords. I give them with this ring, with which an you part from, lose, or give away. Let it presage the ruin of your love, and give me vantage to exclaim on you.
Madam, you've bereft me of all words. Only my blood speaks to you in my veins. There's such confusion in my powers. But when this ring parts from this finger, then parts life from hence. But then be bold to say, Bassanio is dead.
Oh, my heart!
My Lord Bassanio, my gentle lady, I wish you all the joy that you can wish, and when your honors mean to solemnize the bargain of your faith, I do beseech you, even at that time, I may be married too.
With all my heart. I mean, if you can get a wife.
I thank you, your lordship. You have got me one. My eyes, my lord, can look as swift as yours. You saw the mistress? I beheld the maid.
Is it true, Larissa?
Madam, it is!
And do you, Graziano, mean good faith?
Yes, faith, my lord.
Well, our fee shall be much honored in your marriage.
Oh, love is in the air. Oh, romance.
We'll play with them. The first boy for 1,000 ducats.
What, with stake down?
No. We shall never win at the sport with stake down.
Oh, there! Ho!
But who comes here?
There are some shrewd contents in yon same paper that do steal the color from Bassanio's cheek. Some dear friend, dead, else nothing. In the world could turn the constitution of any constant man. But worse and worse. With leave, Bassanio, I am half yourself, and I must freely have half of anything that this same letter brings you.
Oh, sweet Portia. They are a few of the unpleasantest words that have ever blotted paper. Gentle lady, when I did first impart my love to you, I freely told you that all the wealth I had, it ran in my veins. I was a gentleman, and I told you true. And yet, dear lady, rating myself at nothing, you will see how much I was a braggart. Portia, when I told you my estate was nothing, I should have told you it was worse than nothing. For indeed I have engaged myself to a dear friend who engaged my dear friend to his mere enemies to feed my means. Here's the letter, lady. The paper is the body of my friend, and every word in it a gaping wound issuing lifeblood. But is it true, Salarino? Like what? All his ventures failed. What? Not one hit from Tripolis, Mexico, England.
Not one, my lord. Besides, it appears that if he had the present money to discharge the Jew, he would not take it. He plies the Duke at morning and at night, and doth impeach the freedom of the state if they deny him justice. 20 merchants, the Duke himself, and the magnificos of greatest force, have all persuaded with him, but none can drive him from the envious plea of fortune, of justice, of his bond.
When I was with him, I have heard him swear to Tubal and to Cush, his countrymen, that he would rather have Antonio's flesh than 20 times the value of the sum that he did owe him. And I know, my lord, that if law, authority, and power deny not, it will go hard with poor Antonio. Your dear friend that is thus in trouble.
The dearest friend to me.
What sum owes the Jew?
For me, 3,000 ducats.
No more. Pay him 6,000 and deface the bond. Double 6,000, and then treble before a friend of mine should lose a description on Bassanio's head. Let me hear the dear letter of your friend.
Sweet Bassanio, my ships have all miscarried. My creditors grow cruel. My estate is very low. My bond to the Jew is forfeit, and since in paying it, it is impossible I should live. All debts are cleared between you and I. If I might but see you at my death, notwithstanding, use your pleasure. If love do not persuade you to come, let not my letter.
Love, dispatch all business and be gone. First, go with me to the church and call me wife. Then away to Venice to your friend. For never shall you lie by Portia's side with an unquiet soul. You shall have gold to pay, the petty debt 20 times over. When it is paid, bring your true friend along. Meantime, myself and Nerissa shall live as maids and widows. Come away, for you shall hence upon your wedding day.
Jailer, look to him. Tell me not of mercy. This is the fool that lent out money gratis, jailer. Look to him.
Hear me yet, good Shylock.
I love my bond. Speak not against my bond. I have sworn an oath that I will have my bond. You called me dog before you had a cause, but since I am a dog, beware my fangs. The Duke will grant me justice. I don't want her, you wicked jailers! You're so forward to come abroad with him at his request!
I pray you hear me speak!
I will have my bond! I will not hear you speak! I have my bond, therefore speak no more. I'll not be made a soft and dull-eyed fool to shake their head, relent and sigh, and yield to Christian intercessors. I'll have no speaking. Follow not. I will have my bond.
It is the most impenetrable cur that ever kept with men.
Let him alone. I'll follow him no more with bootless prayers. He seeks my life. His reason well I know.
I'm sure the Duke will never grant this forfeiture to hold.
That you cannot deny the course of law, but the commodity that strangers have with us in Venice, if it be denied with much, impeach the justice of the state. Therefore go. These griefs and losses have so baited me that I shall hardly find a pound of flesh tomorrow for my bloody creditor. Pray God Bassanio come to see me pay his debt, then I care not.
Madam, if you know to whom you show this honor, how true a gentleman you send relief, how dear a lover of my lord your husband, then I would know that you would be prouder of the work than customary kindness would allow you.
If I did repent for doing good, I shall not now. For in companions that do converse and waste the time together, there must needs be like a proportion of lineaments of manners and of spirit, which makes me think that this Antonio, being the bosom lover of my lord, must needs be like my lord's. If it be so, how little is the cost I have bestowed in purchasing the semblance of my soul out of this state from hellish cruelty. This comes to me the praising of myself, I shall not have it. Therefore no more of it, here are the things. Lorenzo, I commit into your hands the husbandry and manage of my house until my lord's return. For my own part, I have towards heaven breathed a secret vow, to live in prayer and contemplation, that only attended by Nerissa here, until my husband and her lord's return.
Madam, I shall obey you in all fair commands.
Fair thoughts and happy hours attend on you. Go, be to Padua, render this into my cousin's hands. Old Bellario, go.
Your Grace shall understand that at the receipt of your letter, I am very sick. But in the instant your messenger came, there was with me a young doctor of Rome, whose name is Balthazar. He comes at my asking to take my place. I beseech you, let his lack of years be no impediment, for I have never knew so young a body with so old a head. I leave him to your precious acceptance.
See, Jessica, look how the floor of heaven is, thick and laid with bright patterns of gold. It's not the smallest orb that you behold in this motion like an angel sings. Such harmony is in immortal souls, but whilst this muddy vesture of decay doth grossly close it in, you cannot hear it.
I am never merry when I hear sweet music. The reason is your spirits are attentive. The man that hath no music in himself, nor is not moved with concord of sweet sounds, is fit for treasons, stratagems, and spoils. The motions of his spirit are as dull as night, and his affections are as dark as Erebus. Let no such man be trusted. Mark the music. We shall see our husbands and how they think of us.
Shall they see us?
They shall, Nerissa, but in such a manner, but in such a habit that they shall think we are accomplished with what we lack. I'll hold you any wager. When we are both accounted like young men, I'll prove the prettier fellow of the two.
Go on and call the Jew to the court. Make room and let him stand before our face.
He is come, my lord.
Shylock, the world thinks, and I think so too, that you but lead us this fashion of your malice to the last hour of the act, and then 'tis thought you'll show your mercy and remorse? More strange than is your strange apparent cruelty. What say you, Jew? We all expect a gentle answer.
I have informed your grace of what I purpose, and by our holy Sabbath have I sworn to have the due and forfeit of my bond. If you deny it, let the danger light upon your charter and your city's freedom. You'll ask me why I rather choose to have a weight of human flesh than to receive 3,000 ducats. I'll not answer that, but say, it is my humor. Is it answered? What if my house be troubled by a rat, and I am pleased to give 10,000 ducats to have it killed? What? Are you answered yet?
No!
No! Some men there are love not a gaping pig, some that are mad if they behold the cat, and others when the bagpipe sings in the nose cannot contain their urine. Her affection, master of passion, sways it to the mood of what it likes or loathes. Now for your answer. As there is no firm reason to be rendered why he cannot abide the gaping pig, why he a harmless necessary cat, why he a woolen bagpipe, but of force must yield to such inevitable shame as to offend himself being offended, so can I give no reason, nor will I not, more than a lodged hate and a certain loathing I bear Antonio, that I follow thus this losing suit against him. Are you answered?
No!
Heartless Jew!
Is no answer, you unfeeling man, to excuse the current of your cruelty.
I'm not bound to please you with my answers.
Do all men kill the things they do not love?
Hates any man the thing he would not kill?
Every offense is not a hate at first.
You would have a serpent sting you twice!
Oh, unfeeling barbarian!
I pray you, think you question with the Jew. You may as well go stand upon the beach and bid the main flood lower its usual height. You may as well question with the wolf why he has made the ewe bleat for the lamb. You may as well do anything most hard as seek to soften that which is what's harder, his Jewish heart. Therefore I do beseech you, make no more offers, use no further means, but with all just and plain conveniency let me have judgment and the Jew his will.
No!
Do not give in to this Jew!
Loan 3,000 ducats. Here is 6.
Whoa! 6,000 ducats.
If every ducat in 6,000 ducats were in 6 parts and every part a ducat, I would not draw them. I would have my bond.
How shall you hope for mercy, giving none?
What judgment should I fear, doing no wrong? You have among you many a purchased slave, which like your asses and your dogs and mules you use in abject and in slavish parts, because you bought them. Shall I say to you, let them be free? Marry them to your heirs. Why sweat they under burdens? Let their beds be made as soft as yours, their palates seasoned with your food. You will answer, the slaves are ours. So do I answer you. The pound of flesh that I demand of him is dearly bought. 'Tis mine. 'Tis mine. 'Tis mine, and I will have it. If you deny me, fie upon your law. There is no force in the decrees of Venice. I stand for judgment. Answer! Shall I have it?
No!
It's murder, Antonio!
This is a murderous man!
Put it away!
Murderer! I should have that money.
On my power, I may dismiss this court unless Bellario, a learned doctor that I have sent for to determine this, come here today.
My lord, he stays without a messenger with letters from the doctors. You come from Padua.
Come you from Padua or from old Bellario?
From both, my lord. Bellario greets your grace.
Why do you whet your knife so earnestly?
To cut the forfeiture from the bankrupt there.
Can no prayers pierce you?
No, none that you have wit enough to make.
Be you damned inexorable dog, and for your life let justice be accused.
Till you can rail the seal from off my bond, you but offend your lungs to speak so loud. Prepare your wit, good youth, or it will fall to cureless ruin. I stand here for law. I stand for law.
What law?
Law, you unlearned Jew!
No law!
The law.
It's not the
No law
law!
for dogs like you.
Have mercy!
This letter does commend a young and learned doctor to our court. Well, where is he?
He attendeth here hard by to know your answer, whether you'll admit him.
Go, give him courteous conduct to this place. Meantime, the court shall hear Bellario's letter.
Your Grace shall understand that at the receipt of your letter, I am very sick. But in the instant your messenger came, there was with me a young doctor of Rome whose name is Balthazar. He comes at my asking to take my place. I beseech you, let his lack of years be no impediment, for I never knew a young body with so old a head. I leave him to your gracious acceptance.
You hold, old Bellario. What he writes. Oh, and here I take it as the doctor come. You're welcome. Take your place. Are you acquainted with the difference that holds this present question in the court?
I am informed thoroughly of the case. Which is the merchant here and which the Jew?
Antonio and old Shylock, both stand forth.
Is your name Shylock?
Shylock is my name.
The strange nature is the suit you follow, yet in such rule that the Venetian law cannot deny you as you do proceed. You stand within his power, do you not?
Aye, so he.
Do you confess the bond?
I do.
Then must the Jew be merciful?
And what compulsion must I? Tell me that.
The quality of mercy is not straight. It droppeth as the gentle rain from heaven upon the place beneath, and is twice blessed. It blesseth him that gives and him that takes. 'Tis mightiest in the mighty. It becomes the throned monarch better than his crown. His scepter shows the force of temporal power, the attribute to awe and majesty, wherein doth sit the dread and fear of kings. But mercy is above this sceptered sway. It is enthroned in the heart of kings. It is an attribute to God himself. An earthly power doth then show likest gods when mercy seasons justice. Therefore, Jew, though justice be your plea, consider this, that in the course of justice none of us should see salvation. We do pray for mercy, and that same prayer doth teach us all to render the deeds of mercy. I have spoke thus much to mitigate the justice of your plea, which if you follow, this strict course of Venice must needs give sentence against the merchant there.
My deeds upon my head. I crave the law, the penalty and forfeit of my bond.
Is he not able to discharge the money?
Aye, here, I tender it for him in court, ye twice the sum. If that is not enough, I will be bound to pay 10 times over on forfeit on my hands, my head, my heart. If this is not enough, it must appear that malice bears down on truth. I beseech you, rest once the law to your authority to do a great right, do a little wrong, and curb this cruel devil of his will.
It must not be. There is no power in Venice that can alter a decree established. It will be recorded for a precedent, and many an error of the same example will be rushed into the state. It cannot be.
This is impossible.
This is preposterous.
Daniel, unto judgment. Yea, Daniel, wise young judge, how I do honor you.
I pray you let me look upon the bond.
Most Reverend Doctor, here it is.
Shylock, there is twice the money offered you.
An oath An oath? I have an oath in heaven. Shall I lay perjury upon my soul? No, not for Venice.
Righteous bastard.
Speak oath in hell.
Bond is forfeit. And lawfully at this time the Jew may claim a pound of flesh to be by him cut off nearest the merchant's heart. Be merciful. Take twice your money, bid me. Pay the bond.
But when it is paid according to the terms.
Heartily I do beseech the court to give the judgment.
Then thus it is. You must prepare your bosom for his knife.
Oh,
Noble judge! Excellent young man!
As a judge!
Without your servant, the purpose of the law
Die, Antonio.
has full redemption to the penalty, which here appareth due upon the bond.
'Tis very true. O wise and upright judge, how much more elder are you than you look?
Therefore lay your bosom.
Aye, his breast. So says the law, is it not, noble judge? Nearest the heart, those are the very words.
It is so. Are there balances here to weigh the flesh?
I have them here.
Why are you
standing you?
Seize him! Seize him!
Lunatic!
What is this flesh obsession?
Have by some surgeon, Shylock, on your charge, to stop his wounds lest he should bleed to death.
Is it so nominated in the bond?
It is not so expressed. What of that? 'Twere good you do so much for charity.
I cannot find it. It's not in the bond.
You, merchant, have you anything to say?
But little. I am armed and well prepared. Bassanio, give me your hand. Fare thee well. Grieve not that I am fallen to do this for you. For herein doth fortune show herself more kind than is her custom. Commend me to thy honorable wife. Tell her the process of Antonio's end. Say how I loved you. Speak me fair in death. And when the tale is told, bid her be judge whether Bassanio had not once a love. Repent you that you shall lose your friend, and you repent not that he pays your debt. For if the Jew do cut deep enough, I'll pay it instantly with all my heart.
Antonio, I am married to a wife which is as dear to me as life itself, but life itself, my wife, and all the world are not with me esteemed above your life. I would lose all I, sacrifice them all here to this devil to deliver you.
I have a wife whom I protest I love. I would she were in heaven, so she could entreat some power to change this cursed Jew.
I have a daughter! Would that any of the stock of Barabbas been her husband rather than a Christian? With trifle time, I pray you, pursue sentence.
You may proceed.
A pound of that same merchant's flesh is yours. The court awards it, and the law does give it.
Oh, what
Ridiculous.
Most rightful judge.
And you must cut this flesh from off his breast. The court awards it, and the law does give it.
No!
Most learned judge, a sentence! Come, prepare!
By his breast.
No!
I can't stop eating human meat.
I cannot bear to see this.
Father!
I can't stop eating human meat. It's
Not valid.
Is he even human?
Oh, I can't watch it.
Oh, my head look. Oh, it's become of Venice.
Your appetite for this.
Oh.
There is something else. This bond does give you here no drop of blood. The words expressly are a pound of flesh. Take then your bond. Take then your pound of flesh. But in the cutting of it, if you do shed one drop of Christian blood, your lands and goods are by the laws of Venice confiscate into the state of Venice.
This is Dr. Conroy.
Mark that, Jew! Learn a judge!
That's the law! Is that the law?
Yourself shall see the act. For as you urge on justice, be assured you shall have justice more than you desire.
Well, I take the offer then. Pay the bond twice and let the Christian go.
Here's the money.
Soft.
Take it or I'll take it.
The Jew shall have all justice. No haste. He shall have nothing but the penalty.
But why not?
Jews prepare you to cut off the flesh. Shed then no blood, nor cut you more or less than just a pound of flesh. If you take more or less than just a pound of flesh, be it but so much as makes it light or heavy in the substance or division of the 20th part of one poor scruple, nay, if the scale do turn, but in the estimation of a hair, you die, and all your goods are confiscated.
Excellent job! Now, infidel, I have you on the hip!
Why does the Jew pause?
Shall I not have even my principal?
You shall have nothing but your forfeiture. To be so taken at your peril, Jew.
The devil give him good of it. I'll stay no longer question.
Harry, Jew.
Where is
The law has yet another hold on you. It is enacted in the laws of Venice, if it be proved against an alien, that by direct or indirect attempt to seek the life of any citizen, the party against which he does contrive shall seize one half of his goods. The other half comes to the privy coffer of the state, and the offender's life lies in the mercy of the Duke only, against all other voice. In which predicament, I say, you stand down. Therefore, and beg mercy of the Duke.
Beg that you may have leave to hang yourself?
He's a big that's a bit harsh.
Shall see the difference of spirit. Pardon you your life before you ask it. For half your wealth it is Antonio's. The other half shall come to the general state.
Nay! Take my life and all, pardon not that. You take my house, when you take the prop that sustains my house, you take my life, when you take the means whereby I live.
What mercy can you render him, Antonio?
Alter gratis, nothing else for God's sake.
Nothing.
Please, my lord, the Duke and all the court forego the fine of one half of his goods. I am content, so he will let me use the other half. In trust, relinquish it upon his death, and to the gentleman that lately stole his daughter.
Ye shall do this, or else I do recant the pardon I late pronounced here.
Are you contented, Jew? What do you say?
Oh, I am contented.
You should.
I pray you, give me leave to go from hence. I am not well. I will send the deed after me, and I will sign it.
Get you gone then, but do it. Court dismissed.
So long, Jew.
You'll be at the party. Seriously.
Most worthy gentlemen, I and my friend have by your wisdom been this day acquitted of most grievous penalties. In lieu whereof 3,000 ducats due unto the Jew, we freely pay your courteous pains withal.
And stand indebted over and above in love and service to you evermore.
He is well paid, and that is well satisfied, and I'm delivering you. I'm satisfied, and therefore do account myself well paid. Fare you well.
Dear sir, of course, I must attempt further. Take some remembrance of us, as a tribute, not as a fee. On me 2 things, I pray you, not to deny me, and to pardon me.
You press me far. Therefore I will yield. Give me your gloves. I'll wear them for your sake. And for your love, I'll take this ring from you. Do not draw back your hand. I'll take no more, and you in love shall not deny me of this.
This ring, good sir, alas, it is a trifle. I would not shame myself to give you this.
I will have nothing else, only this.
There's more depends on this than on the value. The dearest ring in all of Venice will I give to you, and find it out by proclamation. Only for this, I pray you, pardon me.
Oh, I see, sir. You are liberal in offers. You taught me first to beg, and now methinks you teach me how a beggar should be answered.
This ring was given me by my wife.
Oh.
And when she put it on, she made me vow that I should neither sell, nor give, nor lose it.
That excuse gives many men to save their gifts. And if your wife be not a mad woman, then know her well. I have deserved this ring. She would not hold out enemy forever for giving it to me.
Daniel, let him have the ring. Let not his deserving and my love as well be valued against your wife's commandment.
Inquire the Jew's house out. Give him this deed. Let him sign it.
Ho, ho! My Lord Bassanio, upon more advice, has sent you here this ring. He does entreat your company at dinner.
Oh, that cannot be. His ring I do accept most thankfully. I pray you tell him. Furthermore, I pray you show my youth to old Shylock's house.
That will I do.
I'll see if I can get my husband's ring, which I did make him swear to keep forever.
Dear ladies, welcome home.
We have been praying for our husband's welfare, whose speed we hope the better for our words. This night, methinks, is but the daylight sick. It looks a little pale. 'Tis the day, such a day, was when the sun is hid. Peace. You're welcome home, my lord.
Thank you, madam. Give welcome to my friend. This is the man. This is Antonio, to whom I am so infinitely bound.
Sir, you are welcome to our house.
By yonder moon, I swear you do me wrong. In faith, I gave it to the judge's clerk.
Already? But what's the matter?
About a hoop of gold, a paltry ring that you did give me.
You swore to me when I did give it to you that you would wear it till your hour of death, and that it would lie with you in your grave. Gave it to a judge's clerk.
My Lord Bassanio gave his ring away. Unto the judge that begged it, and indeed deserved it too. And then the boy, his clerk, that took some pain in writing, he begged mine, and neither man nor master would take aught but the 2 rings.
If I could add a lie unto a fault, I would deny it. But you see, my finger has not the ring upon it. It is gone. Sweet Portia, if you did know to whom I gave that ring, if you did know for whom I gave the ring, and would conceive for what I gave the ring and how unwillingly I left the ring when naught would be accepted but the ring, you would abate the strength of your displeasure. Portia, forgive me this enforced wrong. And in the hearing of these many friends, I swear to you, even by thine own fair eyes, I never more will break an oath with thee.
I once did lend my body for his wealth. I dare be bound again, my soul upon the forfeit that your lord will never more break faith advisedly.
Then you shall be his surety. Give him this, and bid him keep it better than the other.
My lord Bassanio, swear to keep this ring?
You are all amazed, Bassanio. Here is a letter. It comes from Padua, from old Bellario. There you shall read that Portia was the doctor, Nerissa, there her clerk. Lorenzo here shall witness I set forth as soon as you only now just returned.
Were you the doctor and I knew you not?
Were you the clerk?
I. Clerk.
Oh, the sweet doctor, my wife.
Bassanio, my love, it is almost morning, and yet I am sure you are not satisfied with these events at full. Let us go in, and I will answer all things faithfully.
Well, let it be so. While I live, I'll fear no other thing so sore as keeping safe Nerissa's ring.